Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Manna, and I'm glad you're with me. I'm going to give Facebook Live an opportunity to build the audience, and we're going to jump right into it. This morning is election day, and I don't know about you, but I am so glad this day has finally gotten here. I'm so glad this day has finally gotten here. I've had about enough of the campaign. I don't know about you. Why don't you shout it out? If you've had enough of the campaign, why don't you give me some comments right now? And as we gather our audience, we're going to get right into this morning's manna. Now, this morning's manna, I'm going to give a little bit of a special, not our normal manna, but it is all about the election. But let me give you a little bit of the overview of what we do on Morning Manna. We always share the text, the talk, and the takeaway. We encourage you to share the word. Always encourage you to share the manna. Don't be greedy. Make sure you repost it. And make sure that you can give us your hearts, your likes, and your commentary. And we like that so we can get back with you and have some conversation and some dialogue about the manna. Now, this morning's manna is who is going to win? And the winner is. And the winner is. You want to know who's going to win? I'll tell you who's going to win at the end of the manna. But let's first share this. In the 70s, Gerald Ford, former President Gerald Ford, made this comment at the end of the Watergate era, the end of the Watergate problem and all kinds of confusion that was going on with Watergate. He said, our long national nightmare is over. And I don't know about you, but that's how I feel right now. This nightmare of a campaign is finally over. It's finally over. But there are 4 things that you need to do as a result of this campaign. And then I'll tell you who's going to win. The first thing that I need you to do, is act like you're going to play cards. I can't tell you who to vote for, but I can tell you if you were playing cards, you wouldn't want to get Trump. You don't want to get Trump, baby. I'm just saying, IJS, I'm just saying you don't want to get Trump. You just simply don't want to go down that road of a person that has completely embarrassed this country, embarrassed so many people, and does not really care a whole lot for African Americans, Hispanics, anybody that is in disagreement with him. So don't get Trump. Don't get Trump. Go out and don't get Trump. Second thing is, don't stop praying. Don't stop praying, because so often what we do is that we forget about what the scripture requires of us. The scripture requires this of us. It says, pray for them that have rule over us, that we will be able to live peaceable lives. We are supposed to pray for whoever wins the election, that we will be able to live peaceable lives. The third thing is, don't let anybody discourage you from voting. Don't let anybody discourage you from voting. The reason is that people died so that we will be able to vote. For African Americans and minorities and women during the suffrage period, people died that we will be able to vote. Don't just act like, well, it doesn't really matter. Your vote matters. And then I have some scripture for you. The scripture says this: when asked what they should do with the taxes that were owed, Jesus' response was, render unto Caesar what is due Caesar. In other words, our civic responsibility is in play. As believers and Christians, we have a civic duty. And I believe we have a Christian duty. And further, as a result of that, we need to be mindful that people died that we would be able to vote. So don't forget to vote and don't get discouraged. The fourth thing is, don't worry. Don't worry. We get so wrapped up as to who's in the White House that we forget that who should be in our house and the house that we go to. Let me explain. I understand that it matters who's in the White House, but it's not the end of everything, because my God is in my house, and I know that he still rules. And therefore, I know this about my God: the heart of the king is in his hands. The heart of the king is in his hands. So I'm not going to worry, though I know who's going to win. So here we go. Let me tell you who's going to win. You ready? You ready? You ready? I'm going to tell you who's going to win. You don't even have to worry. The will of God. That's the winner. The will of God. God's will win today. You just wait and see. It doesn't matter. God's will. He sits on his throne and he's not abdicated his throne. He's not going anywhere. Ain't nobody in the White House can outrule God. So God's will is the winner. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Go out and vote today. It's election day. God bless you that our campaign nightmare is finally over. Bye now. Share the manna.